state of fear and misery.
We got another update out of Iran. Last we spoke about the country, it was to cover the topic of more mining farms being shut down and seized. Well, it looks like miners are about to get some relief. The governor of the Central Bank of Iran announced plans to legalize cryptocurrency mining, despite the fact that there's no rule allowing legal trade of said cryptocurrencies. Abdul Nasser Hamati said, quote, mining of the international digital currencies should be done based on the price of electricity for export. And what's more important is that these mined currencies should be fed back to the national economic cycle, close quote. So it looks like Iran is really waking up to the idea of cryptocurrencies helping outmaneuver U.S. sanctions, and they want to keep encouraging that growth. The only thing with this legalization comes different pricing, like he just said about the cost of electricity for export. So there will probably still be some subset mining contracts, but it sounds like without a contract, you'll be paying the export price of electricity to mine, which that would be somewhere between 7 and 10 cents. So I think Iran is in a good place, and they're still ironing out the kinks in their ecosystem over there. I'm sure after this law goes into effect and we stop seeing the mining seizures, then we'll start to see an average cost of mining develop. But as far as like finding a level, and using that, I mean, like the mining ecosystem over there and what Iran's been doing with, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general, I mean, like they're, another one of these countries that's just sort of ahead of the curve because they were put in a pinch. And, it's, it's one of those things where as like a Bitcoiner, I'm excited to see this, that these people can stand up for themselves, because whenever I see a nation, I never really think that it's a nation of people with one belief. There's a nation of individuals, and those individuals get put into hard times, and it's good that they have something like this to help them through it. And it's, this is just like, it's absolutely crazy that we can spend over an hour now, or close to an hour now. We can certainly continue to go like over an hour about geopolitics and Bitcoin and how this thing is absolutely becoming a Leviathan, and it's taken over.
Yeah. I mean, that's, really probably the best move for Iran. This is kind of taking it to a place where they're not just completely trying to kill the entire industry in the country, but like we saw last time, you went over this, like they were seeing double-digit percentage growth in electricity consumption in some areas, and that's just not sustainable. So like here, they've kind of created that two-tier structure where people just rushing in without planning and deal making, like you're gonna get hit with like something that's not even close to the most competitive electricity rate for mining, but you can try to establish deals for better prices. So there's like something to kind of stop the huge horde from rushing in, but at the same time, give the government the ability to kind of select how much can actually come in a profitable way where they'll want to stay there. So it's, kind of a little bit of a disincentive that they can fine tune on an individual case. And it's, I guess it's better than nothing. Like they're trying to, keep that business there and benefit from it, but they needed something to stop all of that from just exploding in terms of drain on their grid.
Yeah, it's certainly, like you're saying, as far as these implementations, there's not many to look at. It's certainly better than the Petro and the way that they're trying to implement something there. As far as just like pushing it through, ramming it through with, a few individuals and everything, where it does seem like Iran's just being a lot more, slow growth development, let it sort of, pick up a market and, figure out what to do with it from there. And, Venezuela, they're kind of more in a pinch. So maybe they feel more of an urgency to do that sort of thing. But, it's not, I think that this is a good move for Iran. And probably a good move for Zimbabwe. And, as bad as it is in Venezuela, at least people are sort of figuring out this different system on a certain level, whether it's the Petro is something they'll use or they figure it's something that's bad. But this is all really good across the board as far as adoption and people just coming to understand what it is that Bitcoin's doing, and and it's doing it, and that's why they're trying to encourage it and trying to use it in some sort of way to help themselves.
Yes,